Alright, everybody, welcome back to another video. Once again, we're back with Fortnite. I'm doing a couple different things with my Fortnite replays. As I told you guys, a lot of my current content is going to be Fortnite because I have 3 different groups I've been playing with. I've even started considering maybe playing some solos. Just depends on my time and if I want to get absolutely reamed by Fortnite over and over and over again. This one is from my UK group. Probably a bot I just killed. First kill of the game, probably fucking bot. But my UK group plays obviously different than my other ones. We tend to go right in the middle of the jungle, right in the middle of the action, whereas the other 2 teams I play with, we tend to stick around to the edges most of the time unless we have quests. This ended up being a really good game. I believe I ended with about 15 kills. And yeah, we had quite a bit of fun. I am actually loving the new chapter in the sense, I'm really liking most of the guns, and I'm liking the jungle aspect. There are quite a few issues that, we've been running into as teams for whatever reason, and I'm assuming it's just because it's the beginning of a new chapter, a new season. I feel like all the sweaties are out in full force. And I saw a TikTok the other day, shared it with my sister and some friends and the guy I play with in my server. And I'm just like, this is exactly what I feel like. And it was basically like, oh, new season. And it's like, it's going to be loads of fun. And then it would just showed like this unhappy face. And it was just like all the sweats that have come out of hibernation to play. And I'm like, this is exactly what it feels like right now. And it's awful. This kill ends up being hilarious because this person is stuck on the zip line. This is not the first time I've seen the zip line fuck up. I had a game I was playing with my sister's group where the zip line was stuck in the middle. And it was the funniest thing ever. But yeah, I do like the jungle theme. So I'm really glad that that's going to be around for a couple months because I am enjoying that. I do like the flapjack. It is good for close and medium range killing. The giant size of the clip is really good, because most of the other, SMGs, pistols, things like that have a very small clip, whereas the flapjack has about 45 bullets to it. And my build's been kind of all over the place. It kind of depends on what I find in the game, and how sweaty I want to be. If I start to get really frustrated, if I've played numerous games with no wins, I tend to get really down and sweaty, and I start bringing like 2 categories of heals, ports, an MK, a pistol, maybe even 2 MKs. I had a build the other day with my sister's group where I had 3 MKs, and I think 2 of them were gold and 1 of them was purple. And I did it because I don't think I found anything else during the game that I really liked. So I think I had 3 MKs, and then I had some heals, and then maybe either the cannon or a pistol or something. And it's really nice because I think the MK, based on just standard guns, I think the MK is the best gun in the game. It's good at medium and long range if you can balance your shots. And depending on if you can focus, it is good at close range as well if you're not aiming down sights. Now, if we're talking legendary or mythic guns, then the obviously legendary MK is good, but in a close range battle, you are going to get reamed by the epic legendary drum shotgun, which you can get on the island. But other than that, nothing else can really defeat the MK, in my opinion. But yeah, so MK tends to be my first go-to when I try to get a gun. And the funny thing about it is, like, when I first started playing, some of the people in all 3 groups that I was playing with were all like, oh no, the MK is garbage, I don't like it. But then as soon as, like, I was like, oh no, the MK is really fucking good. You guys should use it, and I use it all the time, and I'm getting tons of kills with it, and it's really great. Better than the junk ass red eye that people liked so much, and it can do a decent distance and damage. And then now, funny enough, like every group I play with, everybody wants the MK, and now it's like my unlucky ass can't find an MK half the time with the groups I play with because they find one first, and because now I got them all playing with it, nobody pings it for me. They pick it up for themselves. So it's just like everybody fends for themselves now in groups, whereas we used to like, oh, this person likes to run these guns, we'll ping them for them because we don't run the same guns. But now that like most of the groups I play with all run the same damn guns now, it's hard to kind of, sometimes some of us will have a really good loadout and then the rest of us kind of a shit loadout. Like for a funny example is like Alex and I were playing the other night and we ended up finishing second, and Alex and I were frustrated, as we usually are when we've played for hours and we can't get a win. And Alex made the comment, oh, I had a really good loadout for once. And I said, I didn't. And he goes, really? And he's like, he had like the purple or gold MK, and he had a cannon and something else gold and heals. And I was like, no. I said, my loadout was shit. And I said, you found the MK. I had a gray or green MK. I had a green shotgun. I had heals. I had cords. I was holding those for us. And then I think I had like a blue heavy sniper. I'm like, my loadout was absolute garbage compared to his because he just happened to be lucky enough to find the guns at chests and have keys before I did. So, like, our loadouts were different. So, like, in the last season when we would play, so, for example, when I would play with my server group, Alex and Shug, they know that if they find a heavy sniper rifle, while they do use them on occasion, I was pretty much the heavy sniper main. I use it in every game last chapter. And, so every time they would find one, they would ping it and immediately let me have it. So, like, I was never not having a heavy because somebody was always finding one. So, like, now in this season, all three of us want an MK because we know how good they are. It's hard for all of us to get one of decent rarity. It's quite easy to find gray ones, maybe even green ones. But unless you get a checkpoint, you tend not to find blue ones unless you do one of these checkpoints or you kill someone. And then to find the purple or gold ones, you either have to kill someone that's already done a loot room to get one, or have to buy them out of a chest with keys. So, like, it's hard to get good ones in a game that lasts. If you make it to the end of a Fortnite game, it's about 20 minutes long. So, like, if you don't have good guns by the time it's, like, 10 minutes in, whatever you have at that time, you might be stuck with, because there's lots of moving around because of the storm, other teams, things like that. So, you kind of hope to find your loadout before 10, 15 minutes into the game. I've started going back into using pistols again. I like having, like, my ideal loadout, I guess you could say, would be if I'm not counting heals, because most of the time I don't carry heals unless it's the slurp jars. I don't carry, med spray, med kits, shield potions, shield jars, or slurp bottles. But if I can get slurp jars that come from caches or bunkers, then I will carry those. But if I'm not counting those, my loadout, if I try to get the perfect loadout for me, I try to get at least one MK. If not one, I get two. I try to get a decent either colored drum shotgun, or if I can't find that, if I can find the heisted accelerant shotgun or the breacher shotgun. Sometimes I get a heavy. I like to get either the cannon or the boomerang. And then a lot of the times, the other slot is either healed, bunkers, I think that's pretty much it. I don't use the thermal DMRs because the aim sight on them is really bad. Um, and I don't think the shots hit when they should. So I don't use those. I do not use the um, Havoc pump shotgun that much anymore unless I can get a gold or a purple. I think they nerfed them. Plus, as slow fire rate as they have, drum shotguns are better no matter what fucking color, unless you can get an immediate headshot on someone um, with the Havoc gold pump. And then it's an insta-dead. But yeah, that tends to be my loadout. Like an MK, a pistol, maybe flapjack, heals, bunk, and then it kind of varies. The last 2 slots are heals, bunkers, cannon, boomerang, heavy, kind of, is how it really tends to go. It's just whatever I can find in the match. I'll give up a pistol for a flapjack a lot of times, but if I can't find a really good flapjack, I'll keep a good pistol. Just because of the fire rate. I'm also going to be doing something new also for the Fortnite replays. Instead of showing you guys, like, if I get a win, if my team gets a win, then I will record my replay and post that to the channel in all of its entirety. So like this one. But every other game I play, I'm going to go back into the replays and just record snippets of each game where we had like really good team shots, where I had some epic sniper headshots, things like that. I'm going to record them separately as little snippets, and then I'm just going to bundle them all together into like a 20-minute video of just good gunplay. Instead of trying to... Because, like, we'll have games that I'll play with any of my groups where somebody got an amazing down, or if I got a really good sniper shot, but then we end up not winning the game, and it's just like, oh, well, that would have been a really good video because of the shots we got. So I thought, okay, you know what, I'm going to take the time to go through the footage, and I'm just going to record snippets, put it all together like a montage, and do that and upload it separately. So yeah, it's either going to be games we win that get fully uploaded, or clips will be put into a montage as a separate video. So that's what I'm going to start doing here soon. Already started recording some clips this morning. So yeah. I think the only other issue I really have with Fortnite this season, I don't know what it is, but it seems like the storm has killed my team more than other players do. And it's really obnoxious because I think they changed the storm. Like, it just feels like they changed it. Like, I'm not saying it does more damage. It's more like, I think they changed how it works, because once you get closer to the end game, you'll be in the circle on one side of the map, and then it'll like change complete direction, and then the next circle is in the purple. And you're like, oh, so then I gotta slowly move toward it, which is kind of obnoxious, and I get that because it changes things up a little, so then somebody can't, realistically, one team can't like hold down the circle and be good the whole end game. It's up for, like, it makes variety, I guess you could say, and not a guaranteed win. But it's frustrating because, like, the final circles, there's only, like, 10 to 20 seconds before it moves. And a lot of gunfights last longer than that. A lot of gunfights are, like, 30 seconds plus, depending on how many people are involved. And it's hard to get to that circle on time. In that amount of time if you're in the middle of a gunfight. But yeah, the storm just seems to be so brutal this year. And a lot of people on TikTok and the media have been complaining that there's no mobility this season, and that's why a lot of people are dying in the storm. And I don't think that's it. I'm not an OG Fortnite player. I started playing about a little over a year ago. So it was I think it was the beginning of Chapter 3 that I started playing. So it was about a year and a half ago. And when I started playing, the only mobility that season was boars, wolves. This is when they had the temple, where you could get the Indiana Jones skin. That was the first season I played. So you had the boars, you had the wolves, and then halfway through the season you got the grapple glove, and that was it. And then you had vehicles, of course. But that was it. So like this past chapter that we just had, where you had vehicles, Spider-Man gear, ODM gear, the swords, all of that, there was so much gear, so many different ways of transportation. And I legit think that a lot of the people that are complaining about not having mobility are new players that just started in that season. And like, not like she's complained a lot, but my sister is one of those newbies. She just started this past chapter, and so she was used to all that gear and transportation being around. So like, I'm not gonna say she's struggling in the new season. It's not that. It's just like, obviously she could notice a difference because now you don't have all that transportation. So I think a lot of the people that are complaining online, that's what it is I think they're new players and they just got really, really fucking spoiled in the past chapter. And I'm kind of mad at Fortnite on part of that because I do think a lot of the transportation they kept in way too long. They had the ODM gear out for at least 2 months straight. And the quest didn't even take that long to complete. And I get it was a big, like, collab with Attack on Titan for it. But they could have done it for a month and then got rid of it. Because the swords were in the beginning of the season until, like, a month or two before the end. Because, of course, moronic people that took advantage of it and found a glitch in the system where they could cheat with the swords, they had to take them out about a month or two before the end of the season, which pissed a lot of people off. Well, I'm sorry, you guys. Yeah, you could say, oh, Fortnite could patch it, but realistically, they can't. These people were cutting off their Wi-Fi, apparently, in the middle of using a sword and then restarting their Wi-Fi, and it would allow them to kill people, it seemed like by magic. And I don't think that's something on the way I understand. I don't think it was something Fortnite can fix. It's just these people that are finding these ways to cheat the system in gaming. And, like, I think the only way Fortnite could really do something about it would be, like, I wish their reporting system was done a little better. Because you can only, as far as I know, you can only report people while in game at the end when you die, and you can hit report player, but the only thing it does is it takes a screenshot of the player, and you have to pick a reason. You can't type in a reason, you can't submit a video. Like, I don't think I can go into my replays and record a bit and then send it to them, obviously. So like, I don't like their reporting system. So like, I wish people could report more easier, like be able to type something in as a reason for reporting, because some of these people are like, it's obvious when you play against some hackers sometimes, but you can't obviously give any proof if you're just giving a screenshot of the person in the game. That doesn't give Fortnite a reason as to why they're getting reported. They're just like, it's just a picture. Like, they would have to go through the gameplay themselves. So I just wish there was a better way to report people, but like, anyway, so that's why they had to take the swords out, and a lot of people were pissed about it. And granted, I loved the swords. I'd love to see them come back, but they had the ODM gear in for a while, and they had the swords most of the season. And then at the end of the season, they added the web shooters. And I'm just like, that's 3 modes of annoying transportation. And the worst part about it was the fact, like, I liked a little bit of transportation, but I think they only needed 1 of them. I don't think they should have had all 3 of them in at once. Because something that Alex and I experienced a lot that was really frustrating for us would be like endgame. We had a ranked game where it was us 2, and then it was 2 or 3 teams of 1, and they were just web slinging around trees, using ODM gears to go high in the air, using swords to zip in and out of the storm constantly. And when you're using transportation like that, you cannot get a bead on them. You cannot shoot them because they keep moving around all the time. And then on top of that, the ODM gear does stupid damage with the blades if you use it that way. So, ranked especially got really frustrating in that sense. And I wish I had pulled out a different gun at this point, because I think I would have killed the guy. He was very low on health. If I just, instead of reloading, if I just pulled out my shotgun, he probably would have died. But thankfully, my two teammates were able to get up there and kill him in time. But yeah, I think there was just too much, transportation. And, yeah. Yes, I did the gritty. I just do that every time now. It's Alex and Shug and I. We all have it. We've just been, like, bullied on so much that every time we get a victory royale, we just gritty on them. Every time. Like, that's what it's come to, which is really sad. But yeah, I do think there was way too much mobility. And then to go into this season where there's practically, like, it's none of the special mobility. A lot of people are pissed. But I did hear in an upcoming update that supposedly the shockwave grenades are coming back. And I'm not a fan of them, but it is like it's kind of a mode of transportation. It does decent throw when you use it on yourself. So I guess we'll see. But yeah, I did end the game with 15 kills. One of my partners had 7. And then we have Lottie. She is a great support. I love having her on my team. People would be like, oh, well, she never gets kills. And I'm just like, okay, but she's a fantastic support. Like, she's always carrying heals for the team. She's always carrying, like, fuck loads of ammo more than she needs to. Because quite often we run out. We're like ammo hogs. And she's good at doing call-outs. So, like, to me, sometimes the kills don't matter. It's the support you can get from your teammate that is the difference between winning and losing. And she's great. I love playing with her. But anyway, so that's another game for you guys. Hope you enjoyed that one. And as I said, it's going to be either full gameplays or it's going to be snippets and clips of different games. This game may seem familiar later on. Some of the kills I got in this game, I did already pre-snip, and it's going to be in the montage. But yeah, so that's all for this one. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye, guys.